What to do when you make a bad investment. Realizing you made a bad investment is never an easy thing. No one wants to know that they lost a lot of money or they wasted money, that they made the wrong decision. So in this episode, we're going to talk about how you can healthily move on from bad financial decisions. For example, if you discover that your mutual fund is actually performing below average, or you find out that the pre-selling condo isn't actually what you wanted, or you invested in a VUL and you find out that there are actually better options. Basically, anytime you invested in something but what you got out of it was disappointing, how do you move forward from there? What can you do? Well, here are our 5 tips for recovering from a bad investment. Tip number 1, don't lose faith in yourself. When you realize you've made a bad decision, it's normal to feel bad. It's normal to get angry at the person who sold you that investment. You can even feel betrayed if this was a close friend. Maybe you would even want to blame others for not telling you. After all, you worked hard for that money. Pinaghirapan mo yan, tapos dahil lang sa isang mali, masasayang yung pera. Of course, maiinis ka, and you have every right to do so. But in spite of all these negative emotions, don't lose faith in yourself. Because as long as you are alive, then that means you can do something about it. Habang humihinga ka pa, makakaahon ka, makakabangon ka. And I know this advice is a bit touchy-feely, but it's absolutely important because the moment you give up, you sabotage your way into getting back on your feet. You sabotage yourself into getting to your future goals. So yes, bad trip talaga magkamali, but do not lose faith in yourself. You can recover from this. Now, let's go to the practical side of things. Number 2, ask for a refund even if it's not in the policy. This tip is applicable for people who recently just started in the investment and want to back out. You see, some investments have a cooling off or cancellation or refund period. So one of the first things you should do upon realizing that you made a bad decision is to inquire if you can get your money back. And actually, it's going to be better to demand for your money back upon inquiry. Meaning may assumption ka na yes, pwede mag-refund. So here's an example. Instead of saying, pwede ba mag-back out at mag-refund? Say something like, hi, gusto ko mag-refund. Ano yung process para doon? See the difference? In the first line, you're still asking if pwede ba mag-refund. And the other person could just say, hindi, bawal. But in the second one, you already assumed that you can get a refund and you're just asking about the process. This is a powerful negotiating tactic, so use it. But of course, it isn't a guarantee that you will be able to get all your money back. Most investments only have a 15 to 30-day refund period, while some none at all. While in some, you may incur some early withdrawal or cancellation penalties. It's going to be different per investment basis. But regardless of the policy, you should immediately try to get a refund to minimize your losses. Now, if you're unable to get a refund, it's okay. It's time to move forward. It's time to move on. The important step now is to move on in the right way. This is where the next tips come in. Tip number 3, be aware of the sunk cost bias and don't fall for it. So ano naman itong sunk cost bias? Sunk cost bias is a term used in economics and business, and it refers to our natural bias that the more you invest in something, the more attached you become to it. And because of this attachment, we end up investing even more because we've lost sight of the bigger picture. For example, let's say a person made a non-refundable payment to reserve and purchase a pre-selling condo. So let's say this person paid 200,000 pesos as down payment to a 10 million peso condo. Now, for whatever reason, this person realizes that the condo was actually a bad decision on his part. Pero hindi niya na kayang mabawi yung 200,000. So how does this person think it through? In his mind, there are 2 options. Option number 1, stop paying for the condo and sayang yung 200,000. Option number 2, continue paying for the condo and hindi sayang yung 200,000 plus may condo ka pa, which is a good asset anyway. This is the natural way our brains will think things through. And if you've made a bad investment, you're most likely going to think the same way. But what many people don't realize is that the correct way to compare the options are option 1, stop paying for the condo, and yes, you lose 200,000. Or option 2, continue paying for the condo, but yes, you still lose the 200,000 because you can't recover it anymore. Plus, you continue to spend millions, but in the end, yes, you have a condo. Now, regardless of what option you choose, you can no longer recover the 200,000. Whether you continue with the condo or not, hindi mo na mababawi yung 200,000. In this specific example, the 200,000 pesos is the sunk cost, meaning hindi mo na siya dapat iniisip in your future decision. Kasi kahit anong option pang piliin mo, wala na siya. This question just boils down to, is it worth it to keep paying the millions to get the condo? Hindi na factor yung 200,000. This is the right way to think through your options, and this is the way to avoid the sunk cost trap. So, if you've been investing in something for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and it is only now that you realize na hindi pala siya maganda or meron palang mas magandang iba, don't fall for the sunk cost trap. Let's now go to tip number 4, and this is related to the sunk cost trap. Tip number 4 is to factor in the opportunity cost. This is another term used in economics and decision making. And opportunity cost refers to what you miss out on because you chose a specific option. The easiest way to explain this is through the old popular hit song by Marco Sison. Si Aida o si Lorna o si Fe. This is a funny song where a guy is asking a friend for help, and he's saying he's in love with 3 women, and he's asking his friend who he will propose to. Si Aida ba, si Lorna ba, o si Fe? Now, objectively listing down the options, it would be normal to think it through this way. Option 1, Aida. Option 2, si Lorna. Option 3, si Fe. But before deciding, it is also important to factor in the opportunity cost. If you choose Aida, then that means you lose out on Lorna and Fe. If you choose Lorna, then you lose out on Aida and Fe. And if you choose Fe, then you let go of Aida and Lorna. Now, I know you're thinking this might be obvious, but actually, when it comes to money, people often fail to see it. Going back to our condo example, we had narrowed down the options to option 1, don't buy the condo. Option 2, keep paying millions to buy the condo. Now, take note we're not factoring the 200,000 because that's already a sunk cost. But are there really only 2 options? There are actually a lot more. Option 3 could be invest the millions in the stock market instead. Or option 4 could be to buy a house or better property instead. Or option 5, it could be to take a family vacation. The options are unlimited. And take note that picking one option means you lose out on the others. Meaning, if in our example, the person continues to spend millions for the condo, it also means that he missed out on maybe investing in stocks or maybe investing in real estate. This is what it means to factor in the opportunity cost. Now, tip number 3, avoiding the sunk cost trap, and tip number 4, factoring the opportunity cost will allow you to see the bigger picture on how to best recover from your bad investment. In a nutshell, just because you have invested a lot of money and time into it and it's turning out to be a bad decision, it doesn't mean you have to continue with it dahil lang sayang kasi. What is lost is already lost. That is the sunk cost. Your decision should be looking forward. What are the better investment options? Because if you keep sticking to your bad investments, then that means you are missing out on better investments. Now, last but definitely not the least, number 5 is to be grateful you now know better. This is going to be very hard, especially if you've wasted a lot of money. But don't be too hard on yourself. You now know better, and that's a good thing because that means you can make better decisions in the future. Mabuti nang nalaman mo ngayon nang mas maaga na hindi pala maganda yung investment mo. And I think that's something to be grateful for. Mahirap man gawin. And that's it for our 5 tips on how to recover from a bad investment. Let's do a quick recap. Number 1, don't lose faith in yourself. Number 2, immediately try to get a refund even if it's not in the policy. Number 3, don't fall for the sunk cost trap. And number 4, factor in the opportunity cost. Now, doing tips 3 and 4 will allow you to see the bigger picture on how to best move forward. Then number 5, be grateful you now know better. It's good that you realized your bad investments now rather than later. Do these 5 tips whenever you make a bad investment decision and you will recover faster and happier. And you will easily get back on track to win the game of wealth. Hey there, J3 here. Did you enjoy this episode? If you did, well, there are 2 things you can do right now to continue your journey towards financial freedom and abundance. First, subscribe here in our Pinoy Money Academy channel so that you'll get updates on our new episodes so that I can send you free training videos on everything and anything about money. Second, if you want faster results towards financial freedom and abundance, you can subscribe to our 5 Pillars of Wealth online video series. This is a free series of 3 eye-opening, life-changing videos where you'll learn about the 5 most essential concepts needed for anyone to become wealthy. And if you don't know these 5 pillars of wealth, well, you're disadvantaged in your journey. You can view this training for free online just by going to the following URL. That's pinoymoneyacademy.com/5pw. The link is displayed here on the video. Again, the link is pinoymoneyacademy.com/5pw. I look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Until then, always remember that wealth is a choice, so choose to be wealthy.